VPNs and IPTV services, it's pretty much been the biggest like topic like in my inbox saying, should I use it? Should I not use it? I'm getting throttled. So I just kind of want to see what your like just your thoughts. Like I just got off with T, and then I just got off with Lee TV. So and then they had like, you know, their own opinions. So so I wanted to get your valid opinion on what you would use and what your thoughts are.
So generally when I first start talking about VPNs, I have an analogy because a lot of people one of their first questions is, should I go with a free VPN or a paid VPN?
Right.
Everyone always asks that because like we were just talking, people, and they love free stuff, but
right.
Is free always good? Right. So my analogy for a free VPN is like sharing a divorce lawyer with your ex-wife. It may work, but can you trust it? Right.
Yeah.
So I have. It's such an accurate analogy because I mean, if you look at it, no matter what, you don't know whose interest they're really looking out for when they're doing a free VPN, right? So
right.
Most of the time, free VPNs, they're tracking your logs, they're keeping all of your information, and their speeds are not as good. Like I've heard stories of people going from 500 megabytes a second all the way down to 20. And right. Even though you can get away in most situations with streaming at 20 megabytes a second, you don't know what kind of latency you're getting from a free VPN, right? So I always recommend going with a paid route, right? Now, it all depends on what you plan on doing with a VPN as well, right? There's so many different things you can do with a VPN. The base thing that people use a VPN for is for privacy. So I mean, you really want to make sure that whatever VPN you're going for, it's got the no log policy. There's a lot of great VPNs that YouTubers are promoting, but you also want to make sure if you're using services like Debrid services, Premiumize, All Debrid, Real Debrid, you want to make sure that they're compatible. I know people have talked about, Debrid services logging information. Irregardless, they do log them for a short period and then they get rid of their logs. But if you're using a VPN, they're not logging technically your information. They're logging the information for the VPN service, right? So VPNs are good no matter what you're doing. Even us as YouTubers, when we're testing applications, we're testing them with VPNs, we're testing them without VPNs. There's a lot of applications that are specific to certain countries. I mean, I'm here in Canada, and I can tell you that the Netflix in the States is so much better than ours. It's almost like a completely different service, right? So I'll use a VPN to access American Netflix. A lot of people like BBC iPlayer. You need a VPN to access that. There's even anime applications that are specific to countries like Australia. So if you want to get access to certain applications, you need to have a VPN. But besides all that, even when you're troubleshooting with things like net neutrality that happened over the past little while, sometimes you want to have a VPN to help you with your troubleshooting. I call it like a tool in your utility belt, right? You kind of go through all your steps, you restart all your stuff, you check all your software, your players, you try it with a VPN, without a VPN, you try it on a different network, you try it on your Wi-Fi. Like you want to have as many tools in your utility belt to troubleshoot everything you're going to do, right?
Yep. Yeah. Just testing every little possible scenario, just try to get that speed back. What I was asking the other YouTubers right before I got on the call with you was pretty much about throttling. So back in the day when we were very just starting out doing YouTube, at least for myself, we were always pushing the VPN when it comes to a lot of these third-party applications. Before we even jumped into the whole IPTV stuff, when we did start advertising when it comes to IPTV, those same viewers were saying, hey, I'm using a VPN, but when I watch IPTV, it buffers, it lags, it disconnects. It says it cannot connect to the portal. Now, with IPTVs changing how they operate on the day-to-day basis, it has been a different game from the beginning to what it is now today. So back in the day, I mean, on my channel, advertised saying, don't use the VPN right now because one, you're going to disconnect. You're not going to have a good experience, even with the good download speed. It's going to lag on you, depending on the IPTV servers and yada yada yada. So as of today, we have seen increased speeds when people have used an active good premium VPN, the cheap stuff. I'm talking like a good VPN, using that as a workaround when it comes to throttling and also when it comes to connectivity. So a lot of people have been asking, hey, what's going on, man? You used to tell me don't use a VPN. Now you're telling me to use a VPN. I'm using a VPN. I'm still not getting the speed. But I've had a couple of subscribers say they've turned on the VPN and it actually increased their speed because they were getting throttled.
Yeah.
So
I guess to put it really simply,
yes.
when we use an APK to watch our TV shows and movies, do we only try one APK and stick to that one that we tried?
Well, we kind of bounce around. We bounce around a lot.
We bounce around, right?
Yeah,
so VPNs themselves have so many different servers all around the world. So when you try a VPN, try a bunch of their servers, right? Maybe the one that they selected as best for you isn't technically best for you. So try a bunch of their servers. But if you're still not happy, don't lose faith. Try a couple different VPNs. There's so many good ones out there, right? So just because you tried one and it didn't work out good for you doesn't mean that there's a better one right around the corner, probably even cheaper. There's always sales going on in VPNs. Like I've seen stupid sales that are like 5-year packages. Like
5 years.
Yeah, I've seen VPNs trying to promote 5-year deals. Like, I mean, they're relatively dirt cheap when you break them down over 2, 3, and 5 years, and it doesn't really cost much. Most of them come with either a 7-day money-back guarantee or a 30-day money-back guarantee. And the good thing is that a lot of them are between 5 to 10 devices with no IP locks. So if you find one that's good for you, you can share it with all of your family members and friends. And as long as no more than 5 or 10 people are using it at one time, which is kind of hard to do, then it's beneficial both in value and what you're trying to get out of it, right?
Right. That's good, man. So for you, using IPTV or watching IPTV, would you actively use where you're located in Canada? Would you turn one on for your setup, or would you just not have it on and because you're not experiencing any type of throttling? So everyone's been completely different. This is why I'm asking everyone right now, because I don't turn one on, because I just turn off the router for about a half hour, maybe not even a half hour, maybe a few minutes. And I'll go do something, come back, get a cup of coffee, and I'll plug it back in. And my speeds are just exactly to where they were an hour ago.
I don't use one as often as I probably should. I've recently started using one a lot more than I did before. Because of something that happened recently, but I'm not going to talk about that now. Anyways, you see, I strongly believe that no matter what, you should be using one, and only the time that you have an issue, you should turn it off and try, right? You're always safer with one on than with one off. It's like an insurance policy, right? In case shit happens, you're protected, or at least more protected than you were before. You don't know, in general, the services, what they're doing with your information when you connect to the services. I mean, your IP address is there. Like, it's not saying that they can't see it. You're connecting directly to their servers, right? So we never really know on the other side what they're doing with our information. And if you want to be completely protected, then you're looking at a VPN service when you're using it. So I would only really look at, when you're having an issue, turning it off, seeing if it's an issue with your VPN, or if it's an issue with something else. Like, it's part of your troubleshooting package, right? Yeah,
to troubleshooting. And also shopping around. Like you said, if you are going to be buying a VPN, to shop, look for the trials, look for the demos, and kind of shop around to see what's going to best fit your needs. Just like someone who's to shop for an IPTV service.
100%.
A bunch of demos, you're shopping around because before you pull out your wallet, you kind of want to see if this is going to fit your needs. So kind of combining both packages, your VPNs, your internet service provider, and also your streaming platform that you're going to be on. So
what I would also suggest is when you're trying out these VPN services, don't just try the servers. A lot of them on their websites, when you go there, they have live support. So see how responsive their live chats are. See how good their customer service is. Like, ask questions, even if you don't have that specific problem or situation. Ask those questions. Exactly. See how they are with handling your concerns and dealing with you as a customer. Because at the end of the day, that's where it really matters, right? Like, if you have an issue and they're not able to help you or resolve you in a timely manner, then you're going to be more frustrated. And that's the point where you're going to say, that $3 a month or those $2 a month that you're spending on an IPTV or VPN is not worth it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Test
Cool, man.
everything. Test their software. See what their software can do. Is their software good on your computer? Is it good on your phone? Is it good on an iPhone? Is it good on, every device that you use? Can you access that VPN? Because you want to make sure you're protected in as many ways as possible.
Right. So pretty much based off every conversation that I've had today, it's been pretty equal when it comes to about using an active VPN, but everyone does have a different type of experience. And this is exactly what our subscribers are experiencing, is that everyone is so unique in their own scenarios and situations, because there's people that have premium packages and premium internet packages, also premium devices, people that are fortunate to even own like an nvidia shield that costs over $200, versus someone that doesn't really afford can't really afford a $200 device, but still has a really good repertory device like the firestick 4K, but also don't really have really good internet. So I'm trying to find a good medium.
What I would probably say, you want to look at your overall streaming package, right? Like, let's say you have a budget of $200, right? And you could buy an NVIDIA Shield, but wouldn't you rather go with a Firestick 4K or a cheaper device? Make sure that you have a decent VPN, a good service, whatever else that may be fully incorporated in what the ultimate streaming package looks like for you with a cheaper device. Because, I mean, the difference between a Firestick 4K and an NVIDIA Shield really comes down to gaming, in my opinion. I've streamed 90 gig files perfectly fine on my 4K Firestick. I'm not personally a gamer. I've had an NVIDIA Shield before, and it just, to me, it's just the easy use is beneficial for me. And when it comes to value per dollar, you can't go wrong with a cheaper device. I would just make sure that it's a licensed device, like a Firestick or an Amazon device or a Mi Box or whatever you're looking at, because these days everyone is paying for some kind of service. Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, whatever you're paying for. And if you're paying for it, you want to get it in HD 4K, right? You're not going to want to have 480p on one of these cheaper devices and struggle with the navigation of it. So you just want to make sure that you're getting what you pay for. I always recommend going with a licensed device. However, for those more experienced users, they tend to be inclined, if they like Android devices versus Android TV, all the power to them. People need to understand what kind of streamer they want to be, right?
That's a good video too. So write that one down, because that's also a really good topic. What type of streamer are you? Because everyone's different, sharing their own setups. So maybe we'll set something up like that in the near future. Well, I don't want to take any more of your time. I do appreciate you coming on. We're trying to do little segments on each one. Guys, subscribe to NxtLvLTech. This dude is so knowledgeable, super easy to talk to, and I'm telling you, you're killing it, bro. You're really I learn from you, bro. I learn from you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it a lot. I learn from everybody. You know what?
This is what it's about. It's learning from each other, man.
You know what I tell everybody? I say I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am right now. I'm not saying that I'm big or I'm huge, or I'm talking about the stuff that I know. If people didn't ask me the questions, then I wouldn't find the answers for myself. It's like we have two choices. If somebody comes to us in the community and they say they have a question, we have two choices. We either say, if we don't know, I don't know. We either shrug our shoulders or we go find the answer. And a lot of us, at least the ones of us that are, out there in the community, putting out the work, like yourself and everyone else you probably have on this collaboration that you're doing, we put in the work. You know what I mean? Like, we go out there, we want to know for ourselves. The reason why we got into what we're doing is because we're passionate about this stuff, and we want to test as many devices as we can. We want to find as many answers. And sometimes that's what takes us so long to put out content. Like, we can find something that might be great on one device, but then we turn around and go in our bedroom and try it on that device, and we're like, what happened? You know what I mean? So
my Wi-Fi is not like as strong as what it was right now at the router. Okay, so maybe I gotta run this damn Ethernet cord all the way across the place, crawl up in my attics and drill a hole all the way down so I can have some decent speed.
100%, man. 100%. It's crazy the stuff that we go through, because we really want to make sure that whatever information we're giving to the people in the community is as accurate as we can get it. I mean, information, technology, applications, services, they change all the time. So all we can try to be is as accurate as possible. We'll never be 100% accurate. I mean, we could be for today, but tomorrow's another story.
Yeah, and tomorrow's go because it's constantly changing. That's what I love about this community is because it's constantly evolving, it's constantly changing, it's constantly growing, and even like viewers that don't even have YouTube channels are teaching me stuff because they don't need to have you don't need to be a YouTuber to be smart and informative. We just happen to click the record button. Everyone else has just the same amount of value when it comes to their information. And in the comment section below, I'm telling you, everyone sounds off. And if I'm wrong on something, hey, call me out on it because I'm learning from everyone else also. So
you know what? I love being called out on it because or even like other YouTubers will put out videos and my subscribers will reach out and they'll send me a link and they're like, hey, what's your ideas on this topic? Like, what do you think? And then I'll be like, okay, well, I guess I got to go watch this video and I got to watch it. And then I got to go, okay, I have to do my own research in regards to what they said. And then I have to do my own research in regards to, what I think is logical about the situation and take everything together and give it back to the people in the community. Right. It's a lot of pressure on us to make sure that we got as much information as possible, but we love doing that kind of stuff.
We're all weird in that way, man. Like we just we get obsessed with it and we don't let it go. And that's what my wife says. She goes like, you get obsessed with it and sometimes you just don't let it go. And I'm like, well, at least I found out the answer. I didn't like it, but I found it out.
It's insane the amount of nights and days that'll go by where I don't sleep because the quietest time of day is at night. And that's where you can really just sit down with your own thoughts and go through everything. It's insane. Every little detail because you're putting in the work and we see it. And that's why I want to put on other YouTubers here on the platform and help grow each other. And that was the whole purpose of this video, is to help just get the information from other YouTubers that have a lot of knowledge when it comes to the subject. So I definitely want to continue to open up the platform for you as well here on iTrustStream. I appreciate it, man.
Is there anything that you wanted to let the viewers know that you're currently working on that can look forward to? I am going to put your information in the description below, but if there's anything that you wanted to let them know that you're working on and looking forward to, let them know.
Well, right now I'm really diversifying myself in regards to the kind of content that I'm putting out. So a lot of people have heard about me through having a file link store, but I'm so much more than just a place to go get your apps. I have a lot more knowledge and a lot of other things. And I think a lot of the other YouTubers like yourself in the community are starting to, I guess, welcome me on panels and actually, respect the information that I bring. And I just, honestly, I don't even know how to express how much that makes me feel. Like it's an amazing experience just to be able to join with other people that are passionate like myself and just deliver the knowledge and have really, really good conversations, on air and behind the scenes. Some of the best conversations we have is as soon as the live stream ends. So
as soon as you click off, it's like, all right, you hear about this?
And honestly, like, I mean, everybody goes through their own trials and tribulations, and this year has been rough on everybody. And without some of the friendships that I built through the streaming community, I honestly don't know where I would be. So it's just a really big, warm thank you to everybody, yourself, all the other YouTubers. I mean, everybody in the community, just enough love and respect, and just keep doing what you guys are doing. And just keep in mind that every day somebody new joins the community. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind when you're talking to somebody, because sometimes in the communities I see conversations getting started, and sometimes we forget where we came from. So just remember to stay humble. When you're talking to people, when you're educating people, just stay humble.
Yep. That's awesome, bro. Well, I do appreciate you coming on, man. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.